of Solar Energy, which is an important division of MNRE. He gives the consultancy services for 1000 megawatt solar power project. He is a master trainer certified by various national and international organizations renowned. He had been in lead roles during the Solar System Design Program, PVSYST and PVSOL at the National Institute of Solar Energy. He is a certified green and eco-friendly movement professional. He is part of engineering team of the International Solar Alliance, briefly ISA. He has been involved in several international collaborative projects with USA, Japan, etc. Currently, he works with Radington Limited as Head of Policy and Regulatory Business Development. With this short introduction to Mr. Yogesh Kumar Singh, now uh, I transfer all the rights of this session now to Sir. So, Sir, now you please hold on the session.
Thank you very much, Pragya ma'am and Dr. Amit Saxena ji, to invite me in this session. My name is Yogesh Kumar Singh. Already the introduction is happening. So I will cover the innovation and technology, the way forward to renewable energy. And this is a very interesting session will be happening. At the end of the things, you will learn a lot of the new things. How can you do the prospective research and innovation on this about all this technology? So before starting the session, I just ask one simple question to you. If you're talking about the overall Indian power sector overview, so can anyone tell me what is the total installation capacity in India? You can write the answer in the chat box. Any guess from anyone? What about the total installation capacity in India? You can write the answer in the chat box. Otherwise, I will explain you. There is no issue. Yeah. Okay. There is no chat has come till now. So I start from mine. Okay. So this is the data. If you're talking about in India in 31st March 2022, the total installation capacity in India is more than 400 gigawatt, which is the if you're talking about the current date, so it will be more than 407 gigawatt in the present date. And if you're talking about the 31st March figure, around 51% of the energy is generated by the coal generation. That the 2% of energy is generated by the nuclear system. Then 0.6% of the energy is generated by the diesel engine. Then the 6% of the energy will be generated by the gas kind of things. 2% from the lignite. 12% in hydropower plant and the 27% from the renewable energy source. The department has come under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So around 27% of the energy will be generated by the renewable energy source. And if you see the data of RE division, so around in in the same rate, around 49% of the energy it will be generated by the solar energy, and the 37% of the energy it will be generated by the wind power of the system. Then the 4% of energy will be generated by the small hydro. Then 1% of the energy generated by the waste to energy, and the 9% of the energy generated by the biomass power and cogeneration kind of thing. So this is the overview of this entire renewable energy sector. Because if you learn the RE sector kind of thing, so you should be know about the capacity, the installation, and other things. Now, if you're talking about the renewable energy potential, so in India has more than 1,000 gigawatt of potential for the entire country. And if you focusing for the solar energy, so solar has more than 750 gigawatt of the potential for the entire country. If you're talking about the wind energy, so the total potential in a wind energy is more than 300 gigawatt. If you're talking about the bioenergy, the energy generation is more than 25 gigawatt. The small hydro is around the 15 gigawatt of the capacity from the entire India. So if you're talking about in the current picture, so the total India capacity in the current day is around 400 gigawatt. But if we only depend to renewable energy, so we have the enough amount of the renewable energy potential of India, and we have the three times of the renewable energy potential for the entire country. So in upcoming decade, the RE will be coming in a very big way. So that's why we will thought that what is the innovation and the research we can do from this particular field, and we can learn the thing in RE sector. If you're talking about the exponential growth of renewable energy sector, so this is a basic graph. You can see that the renewable energy capacity in a gigawatt, and this is the year of the timing of the system. So if you're talking about in the year 2002, the total installation capacity is a 3.5 gigawatt. When we come to the 2007, the total installation capacity is around 10.2 gigawatt. In 2012, the total installation capacity around 24.9 gigawatt. In 2018, we already achieved around 71.52 gigawatt, and in 2022, our target is a 175 gigawatt, and among the 175, around 151 gigawatt we already achieved the till now, and the rest of the 25 gigawatt will be achieved in the month of December or November month. So this is our target, and the ministry has given a new target for the 2030. So they will be go around more than 500 gigawatt of the total installation capacity from the across India. Now, when we're talking about the future of clean energy, so the clean energy is basically the solution towards the net zero emission, the value chain, and the generation of the storage and the distribution. So basically, the first one is the renewable energy, is the power generation. The second one is the renewable energy. The third one, the sustainable fuel. And then we have the hydrogen based of the fuel. So this is the perspective of the future of the clean energy. Now we will see that what are the major things in this entire the energy scenario, and see that what is the potential and innovation we can do from the particular field. So the first one is the renewable energy. When we're talking about the renewable energy, so the renewable energy is basically
Yogesh sir, you are not audible, sir. There might be some network issue with the Yogesh sir's system, so we are just checking it. Our resource person is rejoining this meet. Sir, you appear to be unmuted. Now you are appearing muted. Unmuted, but your voice is not reaching to us. So from both of your logins, you are appearing to be muted.
Yeah,
Sir, you are audible now. Please
yeah, my
unmute
voice is
yourself.
audible.
Yes, now it is audible, sir.
Can you see the screen?
Not yet, sir. Not yet.
Okay, just 1 minute. I don't know what happened in the internet. Sometimes.
Maybe net connectivity, sir. We suffer this thing in the morning session.
Yeah, actually, in the last 2 or 3 days in Gurgaon, the heavy rain is happening, so that's why
Yes, yes. It's a heavy rain over there, right?
just give me one.
Okay.
Now, can you get, now you can see that thing?
No, your screen is not coming yet. Your login is visible, but the screen is not visible to us.
How is visible?
No, yes, it's coming now.
Coming?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Perfectly okay.
Yeah. So we are in here, this slide actually, future.
So
clean
maybe
energy.
before this slide.
This one?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one.
Okay. So I just started from here. So in this particular graph, you can see that the development will be happening in India. So in the exponential growth will be happening from the entire country. If you see in a 2002, the total installation capacity is around 3.5 gigawatt. In 2007, it was around 10.2 gigawatt. In 2012, it was at 24.9 gigawatt. 2018, we already achieved the 71.52, and in 2022, we have a target of 175 gigawatt. And if you see this, the graph, so this will be exponential growth will be happening to the year-to-year basis. So such kind of things will be happening in India. And India has given a new target for the 2030 is more than 500 gigawatt of the total solar plant installation from the entire country. So this is a huge development will be happening in the sector in the upcoming years. Now, when we're talking about the future of clean energy, so basically the future of clean energy is depend to the net zero emission across the energy value chain. And here we'll be talking about the power generation. So the power generation done by the three different methods like that renewable energy, sustainable fuel, and hydrogen-based fuel sector. Now we will come to the renewable energy. So what is the renewable energy and how it will be important for the renewable energy? So it is a combination of the solar, thermal, wind, hydro, geothermal, and around 84% of the global power demand is estimated in the 2050 is a three times on the global demand. And it will be made by the only the renewable energy. So if you see in a 2050, around 60% of the entire cover area will be happening with the solar photovoltaic module. If you're talking about to the wind power generation, so onshore wind power generation happening the 20%. And if you're talking about the offshore wind power generation, so it will be covered around 4% of the entire area in the renewable energy sector. But the maximum power will be expected from the solar energy and it will become to the renewable energy. Talking about the solar PV, so this is the cost tradition. If you're talking about the initial way, the cost is very high, but now the time the cost will be decreasing, and the people has going for the solar energy. And the another advancement and the innovation will be happening in the solar PV. We go for the manipulating the semiconductor material. So now we will work on the organic and the perovskite kind of the nanoscale of the material with the doing the high efficiency of the module. So now the current day the efficiency of the module has coming around 21 to 22% when we're talking about the mono and multi crystalline module. So now the recently the Longi has given around 25% of the efficiency of the module in the market, and that is the highest efficiency module in the multi crystalline technology. So the technology is coming in a very advanced way, and a lot of development will be happening in this sector. When we're talking about the offshore wind generation, so here the lot of work will be happening to the larger rotors, blades, height, and it will be harvesting of the wind speed in the higher altitude. And the offshore plant is a very new kind of the concept. And in 2025, we have seen the lot of engineering change will be happening there. And you can see the lot of offshore solar power plant will be coming on the picture. Now, when we're talking about the current global shift from the single turbine, the plotted will be around more than 2025 or the later. The nowadays the wind turbine, the capacity will be coming around more than 5 megawatt of the single wind turbine, and the GE has made the biggest wind turbine in entire worldwide. The capacity is around 25 megawatt of the single wind turbine. So if you're talking about the wind energy, so there's the huge potential on the wind energy sector also, and it will be achieving our regular requirement of the RE energy sector. Apart from that, when we're talking about the sustainable fuels, so for the transportation kind of thing, we will require the biofuels, and with the help of the biofuels, we are using to our fuel requirement, and basically the high energy density will be required for the maritime shipping, the heavy freight and aviation kind of thing. So in RE sector, the people are working on this field also, and it will be coming in a very big way. The another very hot topic in the nowadays is the hydrogen fuel cell energy generation. So the hydrogen has coming in a different form like the blue, gray, brown, and other things. But the most popular, the hydrogen energy is the green energy, that is called to the zero carbon emission hydrogen. And the ministry has doing a lot of work on the green hydrogen concept. They recently had the government of India has issued the hydrogen policy in 2022, and that will be given to the requirement from the hydrogen as well as the ammonia gas generation for the entire country requirement. And the most emerging method to producing to the hydrogen is the electrolyzer. So electrolyzer is basically the electrochemical energy conversion technology. So with the help of the water and some chemical component, it will be converted to the green hydrogen. And when you convert it to the green hydrogen, the another basic part will be coming to the oxygen. So basically, this is the simple diagram with the help of how can we generate it to the hydrogen electricity, and with the safely we fuel in a tanks, and with the help of that we can also use to the transportation method from the house heating and cooling of the system. So this is the new energy generation has coming to the RE sector, and the people are working in a very big way in the hydrogen technology. Now we come to the power storage kind of thing, because the solar, as if you're talking about the independently, it is not the worthwhile, because the solar is working on in the daytime, and we have required the maximum energy during the night time. So we have required some power storage kind of thing. So in the power storage kind of thing, we have go for the energy storage battery technology, where we have using to the secondary types of battery, long-term storage battery, and the gravity-based storage kind of thing. So there are the two different type of scenario. If you're talking about the stationary storage system, so this is the long duration energy storage technology, and a lot of work will be happening on this sector. Around the 2.5 gigaton, the energy will be estimated from the upcoming year. The another battery storage system is the lithium-ion battery. The recently the price will be declined more than 90% in the last 1 decade, and the battery storage is lasting around more than 8 hours, becoming the very expensive and kind of thing. So the people are working on this particular energy sector, and with the help of that, we can achieve of work in the energy storage kind of thing. So this is the basic example. How can we generate the energy, and with the help of the battery bank and the energy storage system, we distributed the power from one location to the another location. So this is a very much requirement technology in the sector of RE energy. Now, the next thing is the power distribution. So the power distribution is a very important thing, because the generation, transmission, and distribution. So when we're talking about the distribution, we have a very solid system. So now the day the new concept will be coming, that is called to the smart grid. So a lot of innovation will be happening to the smart grid with the help of the artificial intelligence kind of thing, and the smart grid advancement will be provided the real-time insight of the control of the distribution grid. So with the help of that, you can cover the houses, factory, nuclear power plant, thermal power plant, the solar power plant, the electrical vehicle, and the wind power, and the cities and offices. So this is smart grid concept as coming in a very prominent way, and there's the lot of innovation as happening on the smart grid sector. So this is the small point from the generation, transmission, and distribution point of view. Now, the another the concept will be coming in the market, the EV charging infrastructure. And government of India has given to the FAME policy for the electrical vehicle kind of thing. So the India has given the target around the 2070 is the net zero carbon emission. So that will be given to the Prime Minister Modi and the Panchamrit kind of thing. And that is the scenario is around 2070. We have reducing our all the things we will sustain to the renewable energy. So these are the things will be happening in a big way. So EV charging is, infrastructure is also coming in a big role. But currently the prices is very high. If you see the 8 hours to 10 minutes of the battery charging capacity, so you have required the high speed charger kind of thing. So the costing is very high, but upcoming time maybe the EVCI kind of thing will be reduces. Lot of the software service development will be happening in this sector, and the work will be happening in this particular area. Now, the next thing, what is the distribution of the renewable energy enable the electrical power, natural gas, and the utilization industry? So these are the some point where we have limitation or capabilities required. If you're talking about the solar PV, so we have still required the cost efficient manufacturing. So if you're talking about the manufacturing, we totally depend to the China, and still we did not produce any wafer or import in India. So this is a very challenging situation from the solar PV sector, because for the cell and for the wafer and import, we are dependent on China, Taiwan, and the Korean countries. So we have required to the loss of a lot of the cost efficient manufacturing in India. The another point is the stability and the reliability of the panel and the solar power plant. So these are the very much requirement, the capabilities required from the Indian technology. If you're talking about the onshore and offshore, so the power efficiency of the low wind scenario could unlock the new sites of the wind energy. So a lot of work will be happening in that particular sector. If you're talking about the long energy duration, so we have using to the battery backup kind of thing. So we have also required some storage capability, which increase the solar and wind generation. We have required some simulation or synchronization kind of technology. With the help of that, the same time we have using to the solar and wind energy potential in the same time. When we're talking about the smart grid, so when the grid will be unstable or something is happening in the infrastructure, so with the help of the smart grid, we have it done in a very efficient way. And with the help of that, we are saving a lot of time, and also we are reducing the real-time demand of the system. Now, the another thing is the hydrogen-based fuel sector. So the first important thing is the production cost is very high. So the scientists or engineers are working on a same way. And if we successful in the hydrogen energy, because the hydrogen energy is the higher efficiency kind of thing, because the hydrogen density is very high, the purity is very good, and the lifetime accessibility is very high. The currently, if you're talking about the hydrogen prices for 1 kg of hydrogen, it is priced around the 500 rupees in Indian rupees. So now the government has working to the reducing the price. So these are the capability is required from the enhancing the RE sector from there. Now, what are the industry are affected to the trend? So if we are going to this if we are promoting to this all this technology, so some of the industry will be affected, like the metal and mining. So because a lot of the copper, electrification, lithium and cobalt is using for the battery kind of thing. So this will be also affected to the system. Oil and gas, so the hydrogen technology has coming to there. So that will be also the decarbonization of the steam the operations. So it will be required from there. The construction building materials, so the construction, the additional transmission and distribution infrastructure will be required from there. And when we're talking about the chemical industry, so the chemical industry is basically depend to the production of renewable energy. Basically, is the silicon and the hydrogen energy is there. And if you're talking about the public and social sectors, so a lot of clean energy will be required from the investment kind of thing, and the government decarbonization commitment will be required for the public and the social sector. So these are the implication for the technology change is required, and that is the industry will be affected if we are promoting to this technology. So we have doing the balance kind of thing, and we have done a lot of innovation in a such sector. Now, the evolution of the thinking of the innovation process. So, this is the simple model. How can you do the innovation process? So, if any innovation, if you're talking about the linear model, so first you go for the research, then you do the development, then you do the demonstration, and then you go for the diffusion kind of thing. Now, when we're talking about to the representation of the chain link model kind of thing, so you can do the research kind of thing, then you do the development there, then it will come to the demonstration, then you go to the market information, and then you will go for the diffusion kind of thing. So this is the model has given by the Glaver, and it will be the most common the innovation model has coming in the market. So the whatever the innovation will you have done in the market, the first thing you just do the research on this particular thing, then you see that how much the development will be happening in that particular area, what are the things you can do on that particular development, then you see the market formation, who are the key peer to buying this technology, and again you do the feedback kind of thing and innovation system. So with the help of that, you can do the lot of innovation done in this particular field. Now, the innovation landscape from the outline, so there's the 30 key innovation transform in the power sector. So I will give the example to you, the 11 flexibility solution, the combined with the 30 solution, the 200 real world example project for the implementing of those innovation, and the 8-step innovation for the power sector transformation. So we will see the 30 key innovation. What are the key innovation as required for this particular sector? So I will explain you one by one. The first thing, the enabling technology innovation. So what are the meaning of the enable technology innovation? So the first thing, the electricity storage. So the lot of work will be happening in the electrical storage. So in utility scale battery and the behind the meter battery. The second thing, the electrification of the end user sector. So here we will work on the electrical vehicle and the smart charging, the renewable power to heat, the renewable power to hydrogen. So these are the innovation sector are working in the time. The another thing is the digital technology. So the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and the blockchain. This is the three the hot topic is coming, the digital technology kind of thing. Then we have coming to the new grid side of the system. So for the enabling the technology, we will go for the renewable energy mini grid or the super grid kinds of the technology. And the last one is the in conventional power plants. So these are the enabling technology is true from the innovation prospect. Now, the second thing is the business model. How can you do the implementing this technology in the market? So the first thing in the empowering the consumers. So how can you do the empowering the consumer? So you just do the aggregators, you go for the peer-to-peer electricity trading and energy as a service. So with the help of that, you will be empowering the consumer. If you're talking about the enable the renewable energy supply, so you can do the community ownership model. pay-as-you-go model. So these are the two basic business model which is coming to the innovation kind of thing, and a lot of work will be happening in this particular area. The next thing is the market design. So for the innovation design, and how can you define the market design? So there is a two different scenario. One is the wholesale market and the another is the retail market. So wholesale market, you can see that increasing the time generally the electricity market, increasing the space from the electricity market, the innovative and utility services, the redesign capability of market, and the regional market will be defined from this particular sector. If you're talking about the retail market, so you can use to the time of use tariff, the market integration of the distribution energy resources, and the net billing scheme. So these are the things will be developed in the market design innovation. Now we come to the system operation innovation. So what are the things will be coming in the system operation kind of thing? So the first thing, the operation of distributed energy resources. So we are working to the future role of distribution energy system and the cooperation between the transmission and distribution system operators. So this is the operation of the distributed energy resource. Then the another point is the accommodation of the uncertainty. So a lot of time we will see the uncertainty done the forecasting, and this is the forecasting is the advanced forecasting kind of thing. So with the help of that, we will do the variable renewable energy power sources and innovate the operation, the pumped hydropower storage. So this is also the uncertainty will be coming here. The next one is the grid reinforcement defer. So we will do the virtual power line and a dynamic line rating. So with the help of that, we will done our system operation in a very prominent way. So these are the 30 points where you can do the innovation kind of thing, and you can choose to the sector where you can do the applicable for your application. Now, when we're talking about towards the low carbon, reliable and affordable and the secure energy system, so this is the typical example. The first thing we go for the innovation to increase the power system flexibility. Then we go for the flexible power system to integrate it the VRE. VRE, the variable renewable energy sources to all the renewable energy sources. It will be coming here. So you can see that this is a different type of renewable energy sources is coming here. Then we will go for the renewable energy power system, and finally we go for the low carbon, reliable, affordable, and secure energy system for the system. So this is the low carbon reality. How can we fulfill the low carbon kind of thing? And with the help of VRE generation technology is happening in a very prominent way. Now, this is the innovation. The new innovation is happening to the electricity supply chain. So earlier you can see that only we have the traditional electricity supply. We have the generation, transmission, distribution, and consumption. But now, when you coming to the new energy supply sector, so you can do that, the interconnection of the different technologies. So in the generation, we have done the different type of technology. So that is called to the hybridization of the technology, where we have used the wind energy, solar energy, hydro energy, biomass energy, and that will be coming to the generation sector. Then it is come to the transmission, and for the transmission, we have using the information flow. So with the help of the artificial intelligence, machine learning, we have done to the information flow, and the right information we will coming from the generation to distribution point of view. So you can see that all the digital things will be happening to the each sector. So we will find out the proper system in the consumer sector. So in the consumer sector, if there's the houses or the industry, and if you have the EV, so that will be capturing the proper energy supply chain for your utilization. So that is a very innovative field has done in the energy flow and the power generation kind of thing. Now we come to the some solution. How can we do the uncertainty of the weather forecasting. So around this 30 point, we have done the different of the things like that. If you go for the VRE, this is called to the variable renewable energy the sources. So this will be the first point we have done for the weather forecasting. We first identify the enabling technology. So in the enabling technology, we have a 2 point. One is the Internet of Things and the artificial intelligence with the big data. So with the help of that, we do the market design and we will do the point number 17 and 18. So if you go to the earlier slide, so you will find out the increasing the time electricity market and the space granularity of the electricity market. And finally, we will go for the system operation for the advanced forecasting of the variable renewable energy sources and the power generation. Now we come to the next point, the flexibility and the variability. So we will also do the enabling the technology like that. We will do the flexibility of the conventional power plant. Then we'll do the Internet of Things. With the help of the artificial intelligence and the blockchain, we first identify the technology. Then with the help of the market design, we will developing the redesign capacity market. And finally, we will do the system operations. So there we can do the innovation of the pump hydropower storage kind of technology. So these are the flexible generation of accommodated of the variability kind of thing. The solution number third, we go for the interconnection and the regional market as a flexibility provider. So here with the help of the technology and the market design, we will fulfill this criteria. The next solution, we will doing the matching the renewable energy power generation demand and over the large distance with the super grid. So for this kind of thing, we will require the enabling technology. So we will require the super grid, the IT, and then we will require the artificial AI intelligence and the big data kind of thing. And with the help of that, we will require the regional market basis. So with the help of that, we will provide it to the super grid demand to our the generation, transmission, and distribution, and it will be given to the 100% RE energy for your requirement. The next thing, the large scale storage kind of thing. So we have done a lot of solution for this thing. So we will go for the the steel battery, the renewable power to the heat, renewable power to hydrogen, Internet of the things, the increasing the space green will be and the electricity kind of thing, and the virtual power line and a dynamic line dating. So these are all the things we will utilizing this particular sector. The another thing is the aggregating the distributed energy and the other things. So we will going for the system. So similarly, we will do the enabling the aggregate and the technology.
Hello, Yogesh sir. Hello. Participants, please wait. Let me check out the technical problem with Yogesh sir. Yogesh sir, can you hear me, sir? Hello, Yogesh sir. Hello. Yogesh sir, please unmute your mic.
Yeah, can you hear
Yeah.
me, sir?
Yeah, it's audible.
Okay. Sorry, I think there is some issue in the internet because a lot of power cut will be happening here. So
Yeah.
maybe the internet will be
Maybe.
unstable. Sorry for inconvenience. So now we will go to the another solution of the system. We will go for the grid service kind of things. So what are the enabled technology we are using for this particular sector? So we will using the behind the meter battery, the electrical vehicle from the smart grid kind of thing. Then we will go for the Internet of Things, the artificial intelligence. Then we go for the business model, the market design, and the system, the operation. So these are the things we will given to the grid services. Now we will go for the demand side management, the solution. So with the help of that, the enabling technology, business model, and market design, the system operation, we will define to the demand side management of the system. And these are the innovation technology is happening on this sector. The another very important the sector of the solution is the renewable energy mini grid provided services to the main grid. So there is a enabling technology has taking the major role is there because we will work in the renewable mini grid, the behind the meter period, the IT, AI, blockchain, electrical vehicles, the renewable energy to heat, and then we will using to the business model and the market design. So these all are the solution for that particular services. Apart from that, we have the utility skill balance solution. So here the market design is a very prominent for this particular solution. So you can see this particular design, the solution we have the major contribution from the market design and work. And the next solution is the power to X solution. So here the enabling technology, market design, and a virtual power line. So with the help of that, we have a given to the almost all solution from the innovation way of the technology. Now we come to the innovation from the energy sector transformation. So what are the major criteria or the point will be innovation of the energy sector and the transformation. So the first important point is there the technology innovation and the R&D. So I think the lot of R&D will be happening in your college also. So with the help of that technology innovation R&D, you can do the lot of things there. You will develop some innovative business model for the variable renewable, then design for the financial instrument. Then you can do structure, digitalization, the system integration, and the sector coupling for the sector. And the, finally, we have the policy and the regulation for the faster innovation. So with the help of this particular transformation, we have developed our innovation in the energy sector and the transformation. So these are the major points we will cover on the system integration. Now we come to the job scenario because we have learned a lot of things in the last 45 minutes. So now the thing if you work in the renewable energy sector, so where you can got the job and which type of job you will find out in the sector wise. So I just do some research work on this particular thing. So if you're talking about the wind energy, so we have done the career around, we have started the career is a project development, component manufacturing, construction, operation, and the education, training, and the research kind of thing. When you're talking about the project designing, so you can do the land acquisition specialist, the metallurgical technician, the quality engineer, civil engineer, power marketer, the project engineer. If you go to the component manufacturing, so you can do the transportation worker, the track worker, assembler, finisher, salesperson, the logistician, buyer, industrial, the research engineer, the accounting. If you go to the construction, so the lot of the designation is there, like the electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, industrial engineer, project engineer, the project manager. So these are the jobs you can find out to the wind energy sector. If you go to the operation and kind of things, so you will also find out some good position in the wind energy. You can start the things like the trainer or the instructor for the training to the development manager, analytical research kind of thing, and the research scientist and the professor in the field of this particular wind energy technology. Similarly, we will find out some jobs also in the solar energy sector. So you will find because in the solar, if you're talking about the maximum part will be coming from the solar energy, and in upcoming slide you can see that thing. A lot of jobs will be created by the solar energy, so the lot of the job opportunity will be here. So if you're talking about the manufacturing kind of thing, so you will work as the advanced manufacturing technician, the instrumentation and electronic technician, the quality assurance specialist. So that is a very good role in the manufacturing sector. Then the process control technician. Then we will go for the material scientist. If you go to the system design, so with the help of the residential or the commercial PV designing, you can do the utility interconnection engineer, the structural engineer, solar energy system designer, software engineer, the power system engineer. So these are the things we will done in the field of system design. Then we go for the project development. So you can do the solar site assessment, the solar self representation, solar marketing specialist, building inspector with the solar expertise, then the electrical inspector, which is going for the solar expert, then you go for the code official with the solar expertise, then you go for the project development, and some lawyer is also required for the solar expertise because a lot of time the land acquisition time you have a required to the lawyer support, so you can start your career in that particular area also. So this is a lot of the job scenario in this particular area. We go to the installation and operations. So we done the solar assembler, the basic installer, then the solar PV installer, HVAC technician, and apart from that, you can do the project manager and the solar instructor on this particular area. Similarly, we have a lot of energy. The job is coming to the bioenergy, so you can go for the equipment and manufacturing distribution. So here you can work for the R&D sector, design, quality assurance, marketing. You work as a project development, so you can do the design and resource assessment. You can also work in the construction and installation, so you can make some the plant construction, the pre-processing upgradation, the quality assurance kind of thing. You can also start the work in the operation and maintenance area. Then you will also work in the cultivation, harvesting, and the transport and the biomass product. So there the huge job opportunities coming there. Then we have the another the cross-cutting and the enabling activity like the training, policy making, management and administration, and other health and the safety financial communication is also coming in this particular area. The next one is the small hydro job kind of thing. So the hydro power is also coming to the renewable energy. So you can also work in this particular sector. So the major working field is that equipment manufacturing and the distribution, the project development, construction and installation, operation and maintenance, and the cross-cutting enabling activities. So these are the job scenario will be considered in this particular sector, because a lot of time the people have asked that thing they will start their career in a which field. So I already given to the all RE picture in front of you. You can just choose your area of interest and then you can start your career in the RE sector. Now, this is the report is coming from the arena, and if you see this particular graph, so this particular data has given around 2012 to 2021. So you can consider around 1 decade data. So in 2012, only the 7.3 billion of people are working in this particular sector. But now, if you're talking about the 2021, the total 12.7 billion of people are working in this industry. And if you see the solar industry, the growth, you can see this red, yeah, this yellow line is here. So you can see that around 2020 to 2021, around 4.29% of people are working to the solar energy. The 3.44% are working the bioenergy. The 2.37 people are working the hydropower. The 1.37 million people are working to the wind power, 0.77 people are working to the solar heating and cooling system, and the 0.43% of the people are working to the different sectors. So these are the graph where you can see that the potential, the sector, the job scenario. So all the way, the solar is a very prominent and the hot market in this time in the entire worldwide. If you're talking about the job scenario, how much the job is given by from the which countries, so this will be given for the segregation wise. So in the China has in the leader of this the PV energy. So if you're talking about especially the solar PV, the maximum job has given from the China, then Brazil, then the India, then United States, and then after the European Union. And if you're talking about the overall, so it is around 12.677 of the things we will given by the worldwide, and this scenario will be happening on the system. So apart from that, I'm just living in here because the time is constrained. I will not go beyond this thing. So thank you very much for your kind attention. If you have any question or doubt, you can contact to me. I think Amit sir has given my contact detail with you. And if any question from any participant, so you can just raise your hand and ask to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for this informative talk. Let me just inquire with the candidates if they have any queries about your talk. Dear participants, you can either post your queries on the chat box or you can raise your hand so that we can allow you to talk to sir.
Yeah, any question from any participant, you can just raise your hand. Because sometimes the online class is not coming in a proper
Yes.
way, because physical class is much prominent as compared to online class. Still, any question from anyone?
I don't see any questions till now, but sweet.
Okay, I think maybe the people on the room or not, I don't know.
People are there, sir. There are 36 participants who
Okay.
had attended this talk. Sir, we can do one thing. We will share your email ID with the participants. Maybe if due to some reason, if anyone is not okay, sir, there is one question. How to
Okay.
enhance the production rate? Avni Devatia.
Which type of production rate? You're talking about the solar, wind, or which sector?
Ms. Avni, if you are listening to sir, kindly clarify your question so that the person can answer. Might be she might be talking of about solar photovoltaic. I don't know, sir, because you have covered so much.
Okay, so the production rate you
Understand.
can already see that in India has given to the Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission in 2010. Okay, and that time the government has given the target around 20 gigawatt of the solar plant in a 2020 in the scenario. But when the new government has come in 2014, they revised the target, and they go for the 175 gigawatt of the total installation capacity in India. So the lot of the production will be happening is there, and you can see that last one decade, a lot of development is happening in this sector, and the government Ministry of New Renewable Energy and other people has done a good job in this particular sector. I hope you got my answer.
Sir, are you able to read the queries of the
Yeah,
participants? Mr. Vikram
definitely.
Verma has asked a query. Should I read for you or sir, you will answer it?
Yeah, you can read it so other participants also
Yeah,
have this.
in today's life, only sunlight is the main source on which we are dependent. But as e-bikes and e-rickshaws are running in bulk, but it is fine as we are using electricity more for their charging. Means it is convenient or not?
Yeah, it is convenient because all the energy is coming from the solar energy. If you see in the last couple of years, the Riva, Pagoda, and other big Bhadla solar power plants, so a lot of energy will be coming in the energy sector. So I already shared the first slide to you, the total energy demand in India. So around 27% of energy will be come from the renewable energy. So this is the mix of the renewable energy. So you can say that this is the convenience. If you have the small setup kind of thing, if you have the space, so you can already install the small solar power plant in your roof, and then you can charge your e-rickshaw or e-battery for your convenience. But you can say that the charging of electricity, you can say that the power will be maybe that come from the renewable energy source, because we did not aware about this thing, but still the 27% the total energy generation is coming from the RE sector.
Yes, sir.
Yogi sir,
Yeah,
I have one query.
yeah, sure, go ahead.
Like MNRE is doing so many things on renewable energy. So what are the
Yeah.
possibilities on getting the project from MNRE? Because like we are working on the solar panels, and we are more inclined toward the biodegradable materials. We are using
Yeah.
biopolymers for synthesizing polymer electrolytes. So is there any possibility to have a good collaboration with MNRE or any private organization, those who are interested in R&D?
Yeah, you can go to approach to the MNRE, because every year MNRE has taken care the research and innovation kind of the things. So they have a very good fund is there, and they invited the EOI from the research and innovation field. So in this particular year, the 15 August, the last date for that research proposal and other thing. So you just make a research proposal, and when the next time the that proposal will be coming, so you can apply for that proposal, and if your proposal will be accepted by the MNRE, they will give a good fund to you for the research and other thing. So that is the one method you can go to the collaboration with the MNRE actually.
Right. Second query is like everywhere everybody is discussing about renewable energy. The same question I asked to Pansar also. Like we are working on this area and we are using so many synthetic materials for synthesizing solar panels or rechargeable batteries, lithium-ion batteries. Yeah. Now the things are going to sodium-ion batteries as well. But these all are synthetic materials. So there is a big challenge with the discard and even retardation process of these materials. So what are the possibilities in this direction?
The biggest challenge. Yeah. Go ahead.
So my question is, what is the possibilities? And if it is not a challenge, then how they are discarding it? Because as far as my knowledge is concerned, like solar panels, only 10 to 20% materials can be dragged out of that panels, right? Once they retire. Remaining the materials are not convertible or reusable.
No, so in my suggestion, when we're talking about the reusable materials, so if you're talking about especially the solar module, so we can use there in a module, we have using the aluminum frame, okay? We have using the glass material, okay? So the glass will be utilized, aluminum will be utilized, okay? So you can say that 40% of material will be utilized. The rest of the material, you can do some chemical reaction or something, so you can dissolve this thing. But still, when the things will be not melted, so there is a very the good innovation kind of thing. You also can work on this particular sector. You just start to the making the road, because if you're talking about the infrastructure in India, especially in a raining time, in Gurgaon also the last 3-day rain, all the roads will be the dumped kind of thing. So if the not using the material, if you utilize to making the road and other things, so we can utilize this thing from that particular area. So there is no issue from the recyclable and other things. But still, if you're talking about some technology like the First Solar, the CDT modules, so the First Solar has their own recycle capabilities there. They have the own the SOP they have. So whenever you purchase the module from the First Solar, you always submitted that particular module, that company, after the 25 years. So they will be do the recycling of that particular module on their factory. So there is no chemical hazards will be coming there. And now the day the MOU will be happening with the IREDA and some solar module company in India. So now India is also starting the work in the recycling sector. So maybe in upcoming 2 to 3 years, you can see some positive result in this sector actually.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm not able to see any more queries in the chat box. So if the participants are not having any more queries, then we should sum up today's session. For vote of thanks, I request Dr. Neetu Kataria, madam, to propose the words of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Pragya ma'am. Hello. Thank you, ma'am. And I, Dr. Neetu Kataria, I'm very grateful to Mr. Yogesh Kumar Singh, sir. It's a very honor to us that sir has agreed for this wonderful talk to join with our FDP. So thank you very much, sir. Your presentation was very nice. It was state of art and with full of data and analysis, which is very much enlightening. Thank you very much, sir, for this presentation and your knowledge that you have shared with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, it would be one more great favor if you could share your presentation with us so that
Yeah, sure. I will share
with the participants if there is no, such kind of, if there is a general data, then we can share with the participants also at the end of the
Sure.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
sure.
much.
I will share the presentation to Amit sir, so they know it.
Sure, sir, sure. And
okay.
I also thankful to all the participants to be a patient listener, and thank you very much to all of you. And tomorrow at lecture will be start at 10:30 p.m. So all the participants are required to please join on the time at 10:30 p.m. for the third lecture. 10:30 a.m. Thank you very much.